children, welcome to MadeShell Buddy. MadeShell Buddy is a very good platform for you where you can watch the lessons whenever you require. To introduce myself, I am G. Rajamani. Let's start 9th class, 9th lesson. Adaptations in different ecosystems. Before going to start our lesson, let's recollect our previous knowledge. What is a habitat? What do you mean by an ecosystem and different types of ecosystems? What are adaptations? Children, I think you know answers for all these questions, but anyhow, we will be discussing on our ongoing class. Okay? Children, look at these pictures. Tree, pond, forest. What do you understand by all these pictures? Different living organisms are living in different places or areas. So children, what do you call all these places? We call all these places as habitat or ecosystems. Understand children? That means there are specific living places for different living organisms. Monkeys, crows, etc. live on a tree. Fishes, frogs, etc. live on a pond. Wild animals live in a forest. Understand children? What is habitat and ecosystem? Let's understand habitat ecosystem. Habitat is the natural home of an animal, plant or any other organism. A good habitat means all the environmental conditions for an organism needs to survive. Understand children? Coming to ecosystem, it is made up of living organisms and non-living components such as air, water and mineral soils. Children, you have to remember here, ecosystem contains two factors. Biotic factors means living things. Abiotic factor means non-living things like water, air, soil, etc. I think you understand the difference between habitat and ecosystem. Let's know about different types of ecosystems. Ecosystem can be classified into natural and artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem can be further divided into land ecosystem, that is terrestrial ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. Again, terrestrial ecosystem is further classified into forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem. Aquatic means water ecosystem. It is further divided into pond ecosystem, that is freshwater ecosystem, ocean ecosystem, marine water ecosystem, estuaries ecosystem. That means where fresh and marine waters mix together. Okay children, in this unit we will be discussing about desert ecosystem, pond ecosystem, ocean ecosystem. Coming to artificial ecosystem which is made by man. Example, cropland ecosystems. You can give another examples also. I think you understand different types of ecosystems. Let's try to understand what are adaptations. Children, look at these pictures. What are these? These both are plants. Did you find any changes in these two plants? If yes, write down in your notebook. Okay, this plant belongs to desert ecosystem. This plant belongs to normal grassland ecosystem. Right children? This plant does not show any flowers, leaves, fruits. This plant does not show any spine-like structures. Yes children, that means both these plants are showing some changes in their body. Okay. Observe these two pictures children. Fishes. In which ecosystem? Aquatic ecosystem. Man. Which ecosystem? Terrestrial ecosystem. Fishes have fins and tails so that it can easily swim in water. Man has legs so that he can easily walk on land. Yes children, so by observing all these pictures, what do you understand? All living organisms are showing some changes in their body to adapt and survive. Right children? So what do you call these changes? Note down. In nature, all living organisms show some changes in their body on the basis of their needs to survive in that ecosystem. These changes are called adaptations. Okay children, do you understand what are adaptations? Okay. See, Adaptations in mangrove ecosystem. Children, do you know what are mangroves or mangrove forest? Did you heard about mangrove forest? Yes. Mangroves are the trees which grow in wet and salty places. Where they grow, children? Wet and salty places. See here, these are the mangrove trees. Children, you can see the speciality of these trees, right children? They are showing some projections which are coming outside from the soil. These projections are called pneumatophores or knees, prop roots or aerial roots. They grow up to 12 inches, children. Did you see these type of roots coming out from the soil in our nearby surroundings? No. So this is the speciality of mangrove ecosystem, mangrove trees. So why these root, children? Actually, they helpful in maintaining the adequate root respiration, children. Actually, these roots are helpful for maintaining the adequate root respiration for these plants. Why? Because as they are growing in the wet and salty places, these roots maintain adequate root respiration. Similarly, coming to this, these are called cypress trees. Like mangrove trees, these also show like aerial roots. This is about adaptations in mangrove ecosystem. Let's discuss about desert plants and their adaptations. Children, desert plants are also called xerophytes. Xerophytes. Observe all these desert plants. Name all these desert plants. Aloe vera, cactus, barrel cactus, opuntia, baobab tree, pebble plants. Children, all these desert plants are seen in hot deserts. Deserts are two types: hot deserts, cold deserts. All these plants belong to hot deserts. Generally, hot desert ecosystem have high temperatures and lesser rainfalls. Okay, children. Now let's see the adaptations. First, coming to skin. Skin of all these desert plants is very thick and waxy skin to reduce loss of water. Coming to the stems. Stems are very large and fleshy stems to store water. Okay, children. They store water. Leaves. Coming to the leaves, there are no specific leaves, but the leaves are modified into thorns, or we can call it as spikes, and the leaves are very glossy. Actually, this is because to reduce transpiration loss. Coming to the roots, they have deep-seated roots which absorb more water. Okay, children. Coming to the pebble plants, these are interesting plants which are exactly looking like a pebble stones, but here we call it as living stones. Actually, each pebble is a leaf. Each pebble is a leaf. In the middle, you can observe a slit-like structure through which light passes through it. Okay, children. These are the adaptations in desert plants. Succulents. Observe these pictures. How beautiful these are. These are nothing but ornamental plants. These are called as ornamental plants. These are desert plants only. But these are called succulents because as they store lots of amount of water in their body. Nowadays, these plants are grown in our homes. They are used as decorative plants. That is why these are called ornamental plants. And not only this, these are given as birthday gifts on the occasion of marriages, birthday parties, etc. Let's discuss adaptations in desert animals. Okay. Observe the pictures here, children. Camel. Camel. Let's see the adaptations in camel. Camel has long legs to keep the body away from hot ground. Coming to the eyes of the camel are protected by a double row of long curly eyelashes. Okay. Coming to the eyebrows, it has thick bushy eyebrows shield the eyes from desert sun. Coming to the foot, camels have broad flat leathery pads with 2 toes on each foot. Okay, children. Coming to the hump, this is called the hump region of the camel which stores fat. Okay, children. Remember here, hump always stores fat, not water. Fat is used for later use. These are the adaptations in camel. Okay, let's moving to the another animal, fennec fox. Okay, the furry soles of fennec fox helps to walk on the hot sand. How the furry soles are helpful? To walk on the hottest sand. Okay, and loses the much amount of heat through its ears. One more speciality, it do not drink water throughout its life. Then how it gets water? It gets water from leaves, roots, fruits, etc. which it eats. Coming to the next animal, kangaroo rat. It is found in Western North American desert. It can also live without drinking water throughout its life. Then how it gets water? Its body synthesizes the little amount of water during digestion. Okay. One more adaptation, it do not sweat. Okay. And their body have belly coats which help them to prevent losing water. These are the adaptations in desert animals, and we discuss some more desert animals also. Golden mole. It is called blind sand swimmer. It is blind because it has non-functional eyes. It can easily swim in sand. That is called blind sand swimmer. It lives most of its life in underground to escape from hotness of desert. It has very strong and short legs which are designed for digging of the tunnels. It has non-functional eyes because due to absence of light under the ground. Coming to sandwinder snake. This is very interesting snake. It is not like a normal snake. See here children, sandwinder. Sidewinder snake, it crawls sideways. That means its crawling is not like a straight motion. It crawls in a sideways. Sidewinding motion allows the snake to keep most of its body off the ground while moving. It reduces its body contact with the hot desert sand and reduces heat absorption into the body. Coming to the next animal, sand grouse. Sand grouse is also called as desert water carriers. The speciality is it flies over long distances to an oasis in search of water. Children, do you know what is oasis? It is a place where you can find water in desert. Okay. Then it carries the water in its crop. Crop means pouch-like structure in its neck region for its nestlings. Okay, children. Next, moving to sand diving lizard. Sand diving lizard. When the sand becomes too hot, it holds its feet into the air to cool down itself. See children here, this lizard, see here forelimb and hind limb, how it is lifting its limbs to escape to prevent it from hot sand. Okay children, by this we completed our first session. Thank you. Let's meet in next session. Science teacher working in ZPHS Nehru Nagar, Kutbulapur Mandal, Medchil district. Children, today we are going to start our first session in 9th class, 9th lesson. Shall we begin?